So today what we have here is we've got a 1025R, and we want to show you a little bit of differences between the 1025R and the 1023E. Basically comfort features. You got the tilt on the 1025R. Don't have that on the 1023E. 1025R also comes with cruise control, additional lighting on the fenders. So if you're needing to mow at night, you got a belly mower on this tractor, you've taken the loader off, you've got lots of lights to work late in the night. One of the biggest things on the 1025 over a 1023E is the John Deere embroidered seat. Does have armrest. It's a thicker seat. It's much more comfortable than a 1023E. One of the things on this side here, when you have a mid-mount PTO, you'll have this little yellow lever here is going to be your Pto Selector Valve, meaning you can select if you're going to use mid PTO or rear PTO or both. There are some applications you could use both, but for this example, just talk about the mid or the rear. So a lot of times when hooking up a mid-mount mower and driving back on it, and you want to free up that PTO, you can move your selector valve to the rear selection, and then that's going to help free that up, so when you drive over it, it basically allows that to hook up much easier. So with that being said, if you've got an implement on the back, a PTO driven implement like a tiller that's a little bit harder to attach, you can move that selector valve to the mid option, and it frees up the PTO shaft to where you can turn it by hand to help guide that PTO drive line on the PTO shaft. Obviously, you would get back on the tractor and then move that selector valve, that selector lever, I guess, back to the rear PTO option. So when you turn the PTO on, the correct PTO shaft is turning. The other thing is you're going to be your position control hitch.
Yeah, on the rock shaft control, the difference between the E and the R is the E basically has a positioning valve. The control lever is, and it's a return to neutral. So if you push it forward, let go, it returns back to neutral. Same way going back. It's just a cylinder under there working that rock shaft control. When you go to the 1025R, it's more of a premium feature. You have a rock shaft internal piston rock shaft control like we do on our bigger tractors. So if you push it down, it stays there. Raise it up, it stays there. If you're running an implement, that you have you got your little depth stop here. You want to go back to brush hogging at that depth, you can raise it up, spin around, go right back to that same position where you were before. Has that repeating function.